Jessica Young is a bright, committed, and decided younger girl who has simply started her first 12 months of university. Her existence seems perfectly planned out. She's got a sweet, steady dating, and he or she's ready to cognizance on her studies. However, things begin to change while she meets her roommate, Stacy, who's the exact opposite of Jessica. Stacy is wild, loose-spirited, and introduces Jessica to a brand new world of university parties and unconventional friendships. At one of these parties, Jessica's lifestyles takes a surprising turn while she meets Hunter Scott, a mysterious, brooding, awful boy with a popularity. Hunter is everything Jessica is not: rebellious, unpredictable, and emotionally remote. In spite of their variations, Jessica feels an undeniable appeal to Hunter. The more she gets to understand him, the more she is drawn into his global. Jessica's ideal plan begins to unravel as Hunter challenges the entirety. She knew approximately herself and what she wants out of life. As Jessica turns into greater involved in college existence, her interactions with Hunter end up an increasing number of common. Their connection deepens at some stage in a literature elegance, where they debate the topics of love and betrayal in Pleasure and Prejudice. Hunter's cynical view of relationships contrasts sharply with Jessica's romantic ideals, sparking heated discussions that best heighten the tension among them. It's clear that Hunter's perspectives are formed via a troubled past, but Jessica can't help, however, sense intrigued through his angled before everything. They clash over their contrasting personalities. Jessica's based and cautious approach to life is at odds with Hunter's rebellious and carefree mindset. No matter this, there's an undeniable chemistry among them that neither can ignore. Hunter starts off evolved, displaying up suddenly in Jessica's existence, and their encounters are regularly full of tension and unstated enchantment. He challenges her ideals and pushes her out of her consolation sector, leading Jessica to impeach the lifestyle she's always regarded. Although she tries to face up to, Jessica reveals herself interested in Hunter's complexity and vulnerability, sensing that there's extra to him than his difficult exterior. As their courting grows more intense, Jessica starts off evolved to turn away from her excessive school boyfriend, Nathan. She struggles with guilt, understanding that she's growing feelings for Hunter, but she's not able to stop herself from being attracted to him. The extra time she spends with Hunter, the more she realizes that her lifestyle is changing in methods she never predicted. Their dating reaches a turning point when Hunter takes Jessica to a secluded lake. Here, away from the pressures of school and expectancies, they share a second of vulnerability, and Hunter opens as much as Jessica in a manner he hasn't with every person else. This enjoy brings them closer, and Jessica starts to peer a softer facet of Hunter, one which is hidden under his difficult exterior. After their intimate moment at the lake, Jessica finds herself increasingly conflicted. Her enchantment to Hunter grows more potent. However, so do her doubts approximately in which their relationship is heading. Hunter is unpredictable and emotionally guarded, and Jessica can't determine out if he actually cares for her or if she's just every other conquest in his seemingly countless string of casual relationships. Regardless of her reservations, Jessica is not able to stay far from Hunter. She begins to distance herself from Nathan, who's unaware of the turmoil Jessica is going through. Meanwhile, Hunter's conduct turns into more erratic. One second he's sweet and attentive, displaying Jessica glimpses of the vulnerability he continues hidden from the world. The next, he's distant and bloodless, pushing her away each time she tries to get too close. Jessica is left pressured and emotionally drained, unsure of in which she stands with him. No matter all the purple flags, Jessica comes to a decision to give in to her emotions for Hunter. They begin a passionate and intense relationship, but it's clear that their connection is as unfavorable as it's far interesting. Jessica is caught in a whirlwind of feelings, torn among her preference for Hunter and the information that their relationship may not be precise for her. As Jessica and Hunter's courting deepens, the intensity of their emotions continues to grow. They come to be inseparable, spending almost every second collectively, and Jessica starts off evolved to distance herself from everything and anybody else in her lifestyles, which includes her studies. Hunter's influence on her is simple, and he or she starts to adopt some of his reckless inclinations, exploring a facet of herself that she in no way knew existed. The highs in their relationship are matched by way of extreme lows. Hunter's unpredictable behavior and emotional bags create regular anxiety. He keeps to war together with his past, and Jessica frequently unearths herself at the mercy of his mood swings. Regardless of these demanding situations, she stays determined to assist Hunter heal, believing that her love can save him. Their relationship takes every other turn whilst Hunter invites Jessica to satisfy his estranged father, Kenneth Scott, who is the chancellor of the university. Jessica learns that Hunter's bothered past is deeply related to his father's abandonment, which left Hunter distrustful of affection. Seeing this aspect of Hunter, Jessica feels a renewed feel of empathy for him, whilst she struggles with the emotional roller coaster he's placing her through. The turning point comes whilst Jessica discovers that Hunter has been keeping a dark mystery from her. For the duration of a heated argument, Hunter exhibits that their complete dating started out as a dare, a guess he made together with his pals that he ought to make the good female fall in love with him. This revelation shatters Jessica, leaving her feeling humiliated and betrayed. The agree with she had placed in Hunter is completely destroyed, and she or he's left thinking everything they shared. Devastated, Jessica breaks off their courting, vowing to never speak to Hunter once more. She retreats into herself, heartbroken, and ashamed that she allowed herself to be manipulated. The pain of the betrayal is overwhelming, and Jessica feels like her whole international became the wrong way up. She struggles to discover a way to transport on, but the emotional wounds Hunter inflicted run deep. Hunter, however, is consumed with guilt and remorse. He realizes too overdue that his feelings for Jessica have been actual and that he's lost the only individual who virtually cared for him. Determined to make amends, Hunter attempts to reach out to Jessica. However, she refuses to peer or talk to him. The harm is accomplished, and Jessica is decided to depart Hunter and the ache he triggered in the back of her. He writes her letters apologizing for the pain he precipitated and expressing his authentic feelings, but Jessica is simply too hurt to simply accept them. No matter her tries to preserve her distance, Jessica's remedy starts to weaken as she sees the lengths Hunter is willing to visit make matters right. She starts to marvel if it's viable for humans to alternate, and if she will be able to ever forgive him for what he did. The pull among them is still robust, and Jessica can't deny the affection she feels for Hunter, at the same time as she struggles to accept as true with him once more. In a moment of vulnerability, Jessica is of the same opinion to meet Hunter to speak matters through. For the duration of their verbal exchange, Hunter opens up about his beyond, explaining the reasons in the back of his movements and why he built up partitions to defend himself. He admits that he became fearful of being harmed. That is why he kept human beings at arm's period. But with Jessica, matters were specific. He never predicted to fall in love with her, and whilst he did, it scared him. Hunter's uncooked honesty touches Jessica, and he or she starts to look the intensity of his remorse. As Jessica listens to Hunter's heartfelt confession, she starts to see the sincerity in his words. Hunter's vulnerability and his efforts to exchange show Jessica that he's virtually remorseful for the pain he brought about. Though her coronary heart continues to be guarded, Jessica begins to don't forget the opportunity of giving Hunter some other danger. Hunter's patience and the deep love he expresses ultimately damage through Jessica's defenses. She realizes that regardless of everything, she still loves him, and that love is well worth fighting for. As they stroll hand in hand into this new chapter of their lives, they recognize that there might be demanding situations ahead, but they are inclined to take them on together. After ends on a be aware of desire and redemption, displaying that whilst love can be complex and messy, it's additionally a powerful force that may cause growth, restoration, and new beginnings.